So, anyway, so when I saw Zari's husband, ShAKIB, was going to have a sit down with Kenya podcast, I knew that something was going to come up. Something that he probably did not mean to say. Personally, I was looking forward for the podcast because I knew something interesting was going to come out of it. So ShAKIB was asked a lot of questions. Well, in as much as ShAKIB is a celebrity on his own, we know him mainly through ZARI, right? So every time that he does these podcasts, radios, interviews, people want to know more about his relationship with ZARI rather than his personal life, okay? People don't care a lot about what happened with him. People are more interested about his marriage, how, basically their lives together with ZARI. And every time a video goes viral of his interviews or something he said or post, is usually have to do with ZARI, right? He said something that personally I feel like ShAKIB need to be a little bit more smarter when it comes to answering certain questions, because trust you me, this podcast people are very smart. They can get you to say something just for the ratings of their, anything you say there. They pray that you say something very controversial because it helps them with the viewership, right? So it was asked about the situation with Diamond Platnumz, what happened. ZARI has called ShAKIB so many insecures, but sometimes I feel like ShAKIB like to put ZARI in a tight spot, yeah. Rather, ZARI like to put ShAKIB in a tight spot because there's so many people who argued that when ZARI is with Diamond, he makes ShAKIB look like the third wheel because of how they look at each other, what they talk about. It's like they still have feelings for each other, and it will make your person look some type of a way, right? But he talked about ZARI calling him insecure and how he feel about that, and he included almost all the women. Oh my God, ShAKIB, not all women are feeling the way you, according to you, you feel like ZARI is feeling, bro. Like, anyway, let me play you this.
It's not unreal.
Yes.
When you're trying to stop a woman from doing what you don't like, they'll bring lines like, "Oh, you're insecure."
Yes.
"Oh, you're manipulative."
Yes.
Stuff. But then you're telling her the truth. So, according to the way I know myself, I'm not insecure at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just being protective to something that I know belongs to me.
I like that.
Okay, so on this one, I think he was addressing the altercation with the Diamond, of where ShAKIB was telling Diamond, you need to stay away from ZARI. And of course, the way him and ZARI went back and forth with each other, because ZARI did not want ShAKIB to ask Diamond certain question, include, the story that came out that ZARI allegedly or Diamond allegedly wanted to have the third child together. And ZARI called ShAKIB insecure. You shouldn't ask him about that. You have me, you won at the end of the day. ZARI basically did not want ShAKIB to ask that. So I think that was what the podcasters was asking him. Are you insecure? Why was ZARI calling you that? Personally, I feel like ZARI has called ShAKIB a lot of insecure. Sometimes I understand where ShAKIB is coming from in terms of, there are so many videos. There's this specific video of ZARI dancing with Diamond a certain way. And if I was your husband, I'll feel like, wait a minute, this is your ex and there are boundaries. And you as my person, you're supposed to make me feel secure. You're supposed to do things knowing that I don't want to make my person look insecure. So wherever ShAKIB will react to these things that ZARI will do, ZARI will call him insecure. But ZARI has already talked about that, and ZARI said that Diamond is the one who know how to, get in ShAKIB's skin, and now ShAKIB know how to handle the entire thing. Personally, I feel like ShAKIB shouldn't have talked about that situation the way he did. I haven't seen the entire interview, but based off of how he talked about that specific part, I feel like it makes ZARI look bad, and he's still with ZARI, and I'm sure he doesn't want ZARI's trouble, especially right now. After all the things we've seen going on social media, I mean, him and the ladies and the pictures and the reporting on police station, etc. I want to hear the entire podcast, and then maybe if he says something interesting, I'll come back and talk about it here. Anyway, keep it classy. Stay, Mrs. You my next one.